Kim Taehyung set to break the runway. Paris fashion show becomes his. Hello fans. Paris doesn't sleep. It dreams. Every street whispers a legacy. Every cobblestone echoes the footsteps of legends. And somewhere between the Seine and the silhouettes of centuries-old cathedrals, fashion breathes. This is not just a city. It is a stage. A sanctuary. A battlefield. And on this sacred ground of beauty and boldness, a new name prepares to leave his imprint. Kim Taehyung. Known to the world as V of BTS. But tonight, he is not here as a member of a global music group. Tonight, he arrives as an artist. A vision. A movement. A soul unafraid to walk where only the daring go. From dazzling stardom to deeper purpose. Before the flashing cameras. Before the global billboards. Before the chaos of fame. There was a boy. A boy who once sat on rooftops. Gazing at constellations. Sketching dreams that were too wild for his town to contain. He didn't just want to be seen. He wanted to be felt. Kim Taehyung was never meant to follow a path. He was born to carve one. In the world of K-pop, he was always the quiet rebel. The soft-spoken soul with sharp instincts. The dreamer who turned silence into impact. While others ran to the spotlight, he walked toward meaning. And in doing so, he redefined what it means to be a global star. His style, not a trend, but a language. Fashion, for Taehyung, was never about the price tag. It was never about hype. It was about truth. About telling a story without speaking. About dressing in emotions. About stepping into himself. He wore vintage silk shirts like armor. He paired classic berets with combat boots like poetry. He made mismatched textures feel like harmony. Every time he walked through an airport, he created a runway. Every time he stepped out in public, he started a movement. Not because he tried, but because he felt. His style was instinctual, unapologetic, uncontainable. And the world watched. Obsessed. Inspired. The whisper that started a storm. Behind locked doors in a Paris atelier, a creative director stared at a mood board and whispered, "We need a soul, not just a face. We need someone who can embody art, not just wear it." And that whisper traveled across continents, through assistants, stylists, and emails, until it reached a small room in Seoul, where an envelope sealed in gold found its way to Kim Taehyung. The message was brief, but monumental. "We want you. Not as an accessory. As the main story." And Taehyung? He didn't respond with excitement. He responded with silence. The kind of silence that speaks of reflection, respect, and quiet fire. Preparation, the art of stillness. Taehyung's preparation wasn't captured in flashy Instagram posts. There were no countdowns. No hype videos. No media teasers. Just long nights in echoing studios. Practice walks in dimly lit corridors. Discussions with stylists where fabrics were felt like skin, not product. He studied old runway legends. He analyzed how light fell on garments in motion. He walked, stopped, pivoted, breathed. Because this wasn't a performance. This was presence. He wasn't preparing to walk. He was preparing to be. Fashion's eyes turned east. Rumors swirled. Is V going to walk the runway? Will Kim Taehyung appear in Paris? Which brand secured him? The fashion world trembled. Models prepared harder. Photographers readied their best lenses. Magazines began reserving pages, blank, waiting for his image. Designers knew. If Taehyung was coming, this would not be just another fashion week. It would be a global reset. The night that redefined everything. And then, it happened. The lights dimmed. The murmurs ceased. The atmosphere held its breath. From behind the curtain, he emerged. Draped in layers of bold color and abstract texture. He looked less like a model, and more like a brushstroke come to life. Each step was intention. Each glance was a narrative. Each breath was a rebellion. Kim Taehyung didn't walk the runway. He possessed it. For those few minutes. Time folded. Noise disappeared. Only art remained. The world's immediate reaction. The world reacted like thunder after lightning. In less than 10 minutes, Kim Taehyung trended #1 globally. The fashion house's website crashed from traffic. News outlets, from Seoul to Paris to New York, flooded with headlines. V of BTS breaks the runway mold. Kim Taehyung redefines male elegance. K-pop meets couture, and the world is changed. Armies wept. Designers bowed. The internet melted. And somewhere in the quiet, Taehyung simply smiled. Humility behind the legend. After the show, as champagne flutes clinked and flashbulbs burst, he found a quiet corner. Removed his shoes. Stretched his legs. Closed his eyes. He wasn't there for the praise. He wasn't chasing applause. He was chasing truth. One of his stylists asked, "How did it feel?" He replied, almost whispering, "It felt like I wasn't walking a runway. I was walking through my past, into my future." Legacy in the making. That night wasn't just a triumph. It was a statement. That art has no borders. That an artist can be born in a small Korean city and conquer the fashion capital of the world. That identity is not something to be hidden, but to be celebrated. Kim Taehyung's steps echoed louder than any music. They said, "You can be soft and strong. You can be silent and still command the world's attention. You can be you, and still belong everywhere." He didn't just break the runway. He broke the barriers. And when the lights went out, when the last heel touched backstage, when the crowd disappeared into Parisian night, one name lingered, carved not into stone, but into the breathless awe of every witness. Kim Taehyung. He didn't conquer fashion. He redefined it. And from that night forward, Paris Fashion Week was never the same.